Okay, welcome to ProServe 2012 training videos. This is Set2 Customer File Maintenance Part 2. We're going to take a look at the service accounts screen in this video. To do that, I'm going to select Customer File Maintenance Single. I'm going to access a particular customer that is a commercial account. And I'm going to go to the Service tab. And as you can see in the bottom of the screen, this guy's got multiple service locations. Let's just go in and edit the first one. Now, as you can see, each address is going to be different for each service account, but it's still the same billing account that we're going to send the bills to. This particular customer is set up for route R01SW. Now, if I were setting up a new customer, and even now I could click this schedule button, and what it's going to do is open up another screen that allows me to view all the other service accounts in my system that are actually scheduled to be worked on the same route on the same day as this guy. Now I'm going to turn the map code off because the map code right now in my system is my zip code. So in order for you to kind of see how this works, I'm going to turn that off. Now all these other listings here, they're all the other service accounts in my system. So this helps you try to find a slot, an open place to put a new customer, or to even take a look and see if you might can change the time frame, for this guy. Now I see CenturyLink here, which is actually the same customer, but it's not the same address. Okay. So what I'm going to do, since they're on the same route, I'm going to go ahead and schedule this guy if I can. We'll just try to slip him into maybe the 10 o'clock slot. So I'm just going to drop into here and change that time to 10 o'clock and then go ahead and apply that. And so now he's set for 10 o'clock, pretty much automatically. The next time that we create work, that's the schedule. Now, let's take a look at the service code. This guy's monthly, but as you can see, you can select anything here. And he's set up for monthly the first Tuesday of every month. Now, if I wanted to skip a month, all you have to do is just turn it off. It'll skip that month. The next service date is based on today's date. So the next service date would be November 6th. But if I turn November off, then the next scheduled date would fall into December. Okay? And again, this next service date is based on today's date. Okay? It has nothing to do with, am I going to mess him or is he going to get skipped? This is just within this service account screen. It allows you to set the customer up for recurring services. The system will handle all the rest. When you recur your work, it knows what month you're trying to work, and it's gonna create work for the accounts that are set up to be worked that month. Now let's just take this account and let me just show you the different combinations that you can do. Let's say that maybe he's quarterly. Well, all you have to do is just select the quarterly service and then just turn on and off the months, that you want to skip. Okay? So we're basically going to work him every 3 months. The same would be true if I were going to do yearly. well, not the same, but if I were going to do yearly, let's say that it was maybe a yearly renewal, termite renewal, then basically the program recognizes I'm dealing with yearly, so it's just going to let me select the single month that we're going to renew this. And of course I can change the day of the week. Okay. If I went to weekly, the program here is trying to tell me I need to match my start date with Monday. So to do that, I would just go in here and set it to Monday. Now I can come in and say, well, I'm going to work him every 2 weeks. And then I'm going to leave all the months turned on. And so now it's going to work him every 2 weeks. Or work him every 3 weeks. Okay? And if you wanted to, you could work him every 6 weeks. I mean, it really doesn't matter. It's just going to generate that ticket if it falls within that time frame when you run your recurring work orders. Now, let's take a look at custom. What custom allows me to do is just basically get kind of away from this standard second day of the week, starting, so-and-so. It really just opens it wide open and says, hey, look, I can serve this guy on the first Tuesday. We'll serve him on the third Wednesday. And even get into the 5th week if I wanted to. I mean, I could do this for whatever it may be. I can set that up for this customer, and the system will handle that and generate the work for those 3 services for each month, for those exact days, for that time, 10 o'clock. Okay? If for whatever reason your customer wanted to just cancel their service for a while, you could just turn it off. It leaves the customer intact, and then you can just move on and it'll stop recurring a service for that customer. Okay? Well, I'm going to cancel all the changes I've made. I'm going to go into the next service account. I'm going to show you the profile. There's just a little bit more information that you can record and keep up with for this customer. You can even set up recurring supplies for this particular customer only. So you can actually add chemicals or line items that you would that would automatically print on this customer's work order tickets. Okay. We touched on this in an earlier video, but then you can turn on what you want here. If I go to the Notes tab, this allows me to set up particular notes that will print on this customer's work order tickets. Now, if you remember maybe from a video that I talked about the system comments, well, that's where they're coming from. This is where you can utilize the system comments. Okay? Service units. This is a capability of this program that allows you to set up from the lookup tables under the service units. You can set up codes and set up different little things that you can just kind of blow in and say, hey, that's going to be, $2.50 for that service. And this actually will get printed on the work order ticket, and it will accumulate with, your service amount. Okay? Email. So this service account can actually have an email address that's totally separate from the billing. If you follow me. You can also, at some point, if you needed to, you can transfer this service account into a full account. So that comes in handy when you have like pre-treatments termite pre-treatments and eventually the property sells, then you could easily come here and transfer that account out from under that contractor and actually, set up a renewal service, for that particular customer that bought the property. So that pretty much covers. I mean, there's maybe some more things that I didn't necessarily cover, but let me show you one other thing, and then we'll end this video. In case you need to set up a sales tax, that's where you do it, right here. So if this particular customer needs to be in a sales tax code, which is in this town, that I don't have a sales tax code set up for, but anyway, this is where you would pull in the sales tax code, or a county if you needed to keep up with county codes. Okay, and of course that's the dollar amount. All right. That concludes this video. Thanks for watching.